So Mike Prince and I just got interviewed on a live stream, which I actually totally forgot that we were doing it all live, but he was asking us, he said, so when did you guys have the idea to create this retreat, the Extremely Conscious Retreat? And Mike shared first, and he said, actually, Trevor and I went away to just do some e-foiling, went away for the night, had some drinks, just kind of hung out, just a bro night, And then we started tossing the idea around of like, yeah, we should do a retreat. And the idea was like, well, maybe in 6 months or a year or whatever. And then I had this gut feeling. There was something inside of me that was saying, we need to do this in the next 6 weeks. So I said it out loud, and Mike even admitted on the live cast, he's like, and I'm a bit of a yes man when it comes to inspiring ideas. So, but Mike did say yes. He said, let's do it. And it was that decision, which logically speaking, made no sense whatsoever. We both have families with wives and 2 young boys. Mike's running 2 other businesses. He has a full-time job. He's launching a podcast. All of these things are going on in his life, and they all have hiccups and snags within them too. I won't get into all the details, but each one of them has those kind of like, holy man, if this doesn't happen, then that's not going to happen. And I'm in the same boats, Our family is moving to Costa Rica, so we've got a lot of planning to do. We got to rent our place. We had to find a place. We have a lot of travel happening right now. We were just in Vancouver. I'm running the Source Collective with Danielle. We're putting out all of these amazing resources for people to consume information and then to really sit with what they're learning, to integrate it, and then to be surrounded with others that are also on that journey, their soul tribe. We're doing all of these things. Logically speaking, it made no sense for us to plan a retreat. But we said, F it, let's do it. And collectively, we each have very complementary skills in the sense that Mike took on a lot of the responsibilities of finding the caterer and looking into the wine barrels that we ended up purchasing and cutting the tops off so that we can go and do cold plunging and finding the wood sauna. And, collectively, we both found the retreat location and all of these things. We just kind of collaborated. I put up a landing page in a day on a weekend and boom, we had this thing. And then we said, okay, well, let's start putting it out into the universe and see what happens. And we didn't run ads. We didn't do mass marketing. We didn't email a list, anything like that. We contacted a handful of people that we said, I'd like to spend the weekend with that person. That person is operating in their life in a way that inspires me, that makes me want to spend more time with them. It's that whole analogy of who we spend the most time with, the 5 people we spend the most time with, will directly reflect on how we show up in the world and who we become. So we just started from that, and we thought, who would we want there? And just, it wasn't even sit down for a whole day and make phone calls or anything. It was just kind of a few call outs. And we had 7 people within a week that said, I'm in, done. I need this right now. I need the connection, and everything else that you plan sounds amazing. They didn't need to know all the details. We don't even know all the details. We kind of joked about it. This idea that, okay, it's in 10 days as of the time that I'm recording this. It's 10 days? 9 days. It's in 9 days. We don't even have the whole event planned yet. What we're going to do, the timing of everything. Where's everybody going to sleep? We know that we have the food ordered and we have the chalet and we've got all the other pieces. We don't even know if the lake's deep enough for us to do the e-foiling as of this moment right now. We got a pretty good sense that it's going to work, but if it doesn't, well, we're just going to adjust on the fly. But that was our higher self saying, you know what? My intuition, my gut is saying that now is the time. People are craving this. We're craving this. Why don't we lead with our hearts? Why don't we lead with the thing that lights us up, knowing that when we actually light our flames, when we flip on the switch in our lighthouse and say, hey, I'm over here focusing on being the conscious creator of my reality and knowing that I create everything, the good, the bad, the ugly, and everything in between. I want to spend more time with people that are in the same place that I am right now. Who wants to come? That's what we did. And people showed up. And they're continuing to show up. This is operating from a state of higher self. And I say that out loud because part of my reasoning for wanting to record this podcast was to tell everybody that watches this, that consumes this information, that this is accessible to you right now as well.
Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed that clip and you want to watch the full unedited episode, go ahead and click over here. And while you're at it, don't forget to subscribe. It really does mean a lot to me. Thanks so much.